Welcome to the channel and a ranking video. And thanks to Snacks, Mr. Snacks Amigo, for the comment. He asked, what's your favorite suited figure or non-wrestling attire figure? And he didn't really ask for a certain amount of them, but I have a lot of them. So I'm going to do my top 10. Top 10 suited or non-wrestling attire figures, and I'm going to rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. But first, we're going to get a sneak peek at the ones that did not make the top 10. We got a Teddy Long and a Michael Cole. We got a Kane, little JBL up there, some suited Andres, and a bunch of suited $1 Million Mans, which are just outside the top 10. We got a Razor, a Rick, and a bunch of other managers and announcers that did not make the top 10. We have a Build-A-Figure Mr. Perfect that did not make it, and we have a Build-A-Figure Rick Rude that did not make it. But we're here for the top 10, so let's get into it. All right, let's get to it. Number 10 is Ruthless Aggression, Eric Bischoff. This is one of the most recent suited figures to my collection. I've been waiting for this one for a long time, and we added it not too long ago. I know there's an Ultimate Edition coming out, but this figure itself is awesome. I like that head scan, and Eric Bischoff was a huge person in wrestling, bringing together the NWO and all that whole angle. And yeah, it's just a good figure. So for that reason, he made the top 10, and he's at number 10. Number 9 is a Basic Series 134, Seth freaking Rollins. Again, Seth's a little new. I watched him more when he was in the God, why am I just drawing a blank? In the, the three guys with Roman. And when you get old, your brain kind of does that. It'll come to me. And not more on his own. But this blue in this suit just pops. It's just awesome. And again, I'm not a basic guy either. So this is kind of a double whammy, a basic and a guy that I don't really watch a whole lot. But the suit and the face scan, I think, are awesome. For that reason, he comes in at number 9. And why can't I think of what they're... The Shield. I'm an idiot. And thanks for watching my video. Anywho. Yeah, he comes in at number 9. Number 8, it's Basic Series Superstar number 17, Zeb Colter. First time in the line. Look at that face scan. Look at that face scan right there. Look at that big old mustache. It's awesome. And this suit just brings back some great memories of him managing Jack Swagger. And that mustache and goatee are awesome, in my opinion. And for that reason, he comes in at number 8. Number 7 comes from the Hall of Fame 4-pack. It's the Heenan family 4-pack, and it's Bobby the Brain Heenan. This white suit is awesome. I love it. This reminds me of watching old school wrestling with my brother and enjoying Bobby Heenan and his commentary. I mean, he's got to be one of the best commentators. Just cocky. I always loved the bad guys. It was awesome. Loved it. And this figure is awesome. They nailed the likeness. I like this face scan, and I think it's a good figure. So he comes in at number 7. 10987. That brings us to number 6. It's a Build-A-Figure. It's Howard Finkel. Here he is. Build-A-Figure Howard Finkel. One of the best, if not the best, ring announcer in the business, in the game. It's Howard Finkel. And there's not much to this one. Black suit. His face scan is pretty good. Not the best face scan in my opinion, but it's pretty good. But because he is such an iconic ring announcer, and one of the best at that, and brings back so many memories for me. He comes in at number 6. Number 5 is another Build-A-Figure. It is Booker T. Build-A-Figure Booker T. That pink tie is awesome. The glasses that are popping off, it looks like. There we go. Now they're on. Again, yeah, that pink tie with the yellow behind it pops. And it's Booker T, another great announcer, not a ring announcer, just a sideline reporter, if you will. A commentator. And with it being Booker T, and it just being an awesome Build-A-Figure, it comes in at number 5. What's number 4? We're moving away from the Build-A-Figures for a second, and we're moving into the Hall of Fame with Jimmy Hart. Hall of Fame figure Jimmy Hart, and this is awesome. I know there was a Build-A-Figure one in pink, but this being his first figure, and him being the iconic manager of so many great wrestlers, and all of the hearts, and the megaphone, and glasses, and the screaming face, and all that stuff. That just makes this figure that much more better, in my opinion. And he comes in at number 4. Number 3 is the last Build-A-Figure in this ranking, and it's Jim Ross. Jim Ross Build-A-Figure. Definitely my favorite Build-A-Figure. It took me a while to get all the pieces for this one to build, but I love the cowboy hat. Jim Ross in the Attitude Era. Just awesome. I know I think he's still doing it for AEW, or he was last I checked. But in the Attitude Era, nobody better. I mean, him and Jerry the King Lawler together were awesome, but his calls, Jim Ross's calls, were awesome. And because it's a Build-A-Figure and a little more valuable, comes in at number 3. Number 2, what is it? It is Hall of Champions. Number 2, Hall of Champions, Paul Bearer. Here he is. He's got the urn. He hangs out with The Undertaker. You guys know the deal. You know there's a couple new ones coming out. I think 106? Series 106? Or maybe 107? I don't know. But yeah, Paul Bearer is in that, and he's the Chase, and those figures might surpass this one or replace it. But for now, Paul Bearer is one of the best managers of all time, and this figure is phenomenal. And for that reason, number 2. So what's the best figure? Suited figure in my collection, suited or non-wrestling attire figure? Well, it's a basic, believe it or not. It's Flashback. Basic series, Flashback series, basic Ric Flair. And this encompasses everything that I think about when I think about Ric Flair, from the profiling and styling and profiling and jet flying and all that good stuff that comes along with Ric Flair and his drip, if you will. He's got the glasses, he's got the laugh, the yellow tie, the WCW microphone. It's just a great figure from when Ric Flair was a bad guy, and nobody better than him in the business. And for that reason, he comes in at number 1. So there it is. That's the list of figures that are suited or non-wrestling attire figures. What do we got? I wrote a list down here, so let's just go through them again. Number 10 was Ruthless Aggression, Eric Bischoff. Number 9 was Basic Series 134, Seth Rollins. Number 8, Basic Superstar number 17. First time in the line, Zeb Colter. Number 7 was the Hall of Fame 4-pack from the Heenan family 4-pack, Bobby Heenan. Number 6, Build-A-Figure Howard Finkel. Number 5, Build-A-Figure Booker T. Number 4, Hall of Fame Jimmy Hart. Number 3, Build-A-Figure Jim Ross. Number 2, Hall of Champions, here it is, not there, here it is, Hall of Fame, or Hall of Champions, Paul Bearer. And the number one suited or non-wrestling attire figure in my collection, in my opinion, is Flashback Series Ric Flair. That is the top 10 in my opinion that are in my collection. What do you guys think of the list? Would you change anything? Would you add anything? You saw the other suited figures that I have. Would you switch anything up? Or do you agree with my list? Is there any suited people that I forgot that you are like, hey, that dude's suited. Why didn't you add him? Let me know in the comments. And hopefully we'll see you on the next video. Wrestling Rewind figure rankings guy today. Holding the pen in his hand. Me. I'm out.